You know what time it is? It's time for another Flow with Tarot segment. Yes, I do realize it's a little dark. I'm just getting this in really, really quick. I could batch record these, but I am really trying hard not to do that because I want whatever card comes up, I want it to really be in the moment. I want us to be in the moment. So, again, this segment for what we're covering right now, these are not readings, okay, per se. What I'm doing is I am taking you through my process of how I connect with a new deck. I just pull a card, and whatever comes up in the moment, then we'll just let it be that, okay? It's my practice of reconnecting with the tarot deck and just allowing my body to just move with the cards, so to speak. Okay. So that is what this segment is for the moment. We've gone through, I don't know how many cards we've gone through. Have we gone through 18 yet or 20 yet? I don't know. I lost count. But anyway, let's hop into today's card. So I'm just going to pull right off the deck. Okay. And so we have this death card. Now, here's the thing that I've said before, and it's very important for me to say this here. You have to train yourself to look at the cards in a way that you are observing the cards. You're not judging the cards. You're not labeling the card as bad or good, a little bad, a little good. You are simply making an observation. And the reason I'm saying that is because that is something that I had to learn over time when it came to tarot, and also when it came to oracle cards as well. As a reminder, tarot shows you a pattern. It reveals an emotional pattern. It reveals energetic patterns that you are hooked into, which in turn then reveals behavior patterns, okay? Because an energetic pattern is indicative of your identity and how you are expressing yourself in the world. And a part of your expression lies in the way that you take action, how you take action, okay? So I want to point that out because our ego, our logical mind will cause us to look at this card. Our programmed mind will cause us to look at this card and have fear, anxiety. We'll automatically think that something bad is happening. Or we'll take this literally and think death. Someone that we know is dying. Okay. Well, we're all going to drop this body. We are all going to what we call die. Okay. We're all going to experience death. Okay. With this body. And that just means that once we drop this body, we'll be existing in another way. We'll be existing in another form. Okay. But I digress. So let me come back to this. So we know with death, it means the end of something and the beginning of something. The end of something and the beginning of something. The end of something to make room for something higher, something more elevated. And let me just share something with you. It's interesting that this card, I just pulled this card from the top. Okay. I didn't even shuffle the deck. But what you will notice, what you will find, what you will observe, and perhaps you have already experienced this, when you are creating what you desire, you have a vision for your life, whatever that vision looks like. You have done the work. You have done the spiritual work for yourself, okay? You are commanding what you desire because you know that it is already complete. Okay, so now you're bringing what you've seen in your vision, you're bringing it into this physical plane. And what you're going to notice is that things around you, people around you, when what you've done starts to take form, things start to shift. And that shift can look unfavorable. Okay? It can look like the environment or what you have done the work for, it can look as if it is not working, and that is not the case. When you are creating, things have to shift. All right? Things have to be pushed out so that other things can fall into place. All right? So in order for things to fall into place, sometimes that's literally what has to happen. They have to fall into place. So in that shifting phase, things can look rocky, they can feel rocky. Okay? You may find yourself having conflict with people. Okay? You can find things or even people trying to pick fights with you. You may find that your eyes are open to perhaps maybe people around you that you thought were for you, that you thought you could, confide in. All of a sudden you're seeing now through a new lens, an elevated lens, that's not the case. Okay? This is a part of that shifting. And yes, it can feel unfavorable. It can look unfavorable. But for your elevation to come in, for the newness to come in, things need to be pushed out. And that is what you're seeing happening. You're seeing a death of what is familiar. And you can apply this to anything. Yes, it can be relationships. Yes, it can be businesses. Yes, it can be a job. You're seeing a death of this. This is the shift so that the newness can come in. You have to remind yourself, always remind yourself of what your desire is. Sometimes, because that can sound so simple, but sometimes we can get bogged down with the responsibilities that we have in this physical life. Okay, because as a sovereign magical being, that does not relieve you from the responsibility of life. It's just you're showing up in a powerful way. Okay, now life becomes your playground, your alchemical playground, instead of just life being thrown at you. Okay, so just remember that. Remember what your vision is. Keep it at the forefront of your mind. Give your vision your energy. There's so many things. Again, this is going back to this physical life. There's so many things that we can get our energy caught up in. But there comes a point in time when you're in the midst, when things are shifting, that can be a crucial time. When you're seeing death happening, things that you were familiar with that are falling away so the newness can come in, that is a very tricky time. You can find yourself being a little bit more emotional. You got to pay attention to that. You can also find yourself to feel a little bit irritable. Pay attention to that. Before you respond to anything, pay attention to that. Remember what your vision is. Remember the visions that are in your cauldron, that are in your soul, that are in your spirit, that you have done the work for. Let the death of what is familiar take place. If it looks a little shifty, let it be shifty. All right? If it looks a little shifty, know you didn't do anything wrong. Things are moving to your benefit. All right? They're moving to match what you've worked for, what you've spelled for. what you've spoken for, what you've commanded for. So, yes, that's what I feel with this death card. All right. Let it fall away so that the newness, so that your vision can be put into place. All right. So let me know in the comments what your takeaway was from this death card today. All right. Until next time, stay magical.